bonus video to cap off this series on Singapore. I'd like to briefly discuss food from Korea. The most economical route to Singapore was on Korean Airlines through Incheon International Airport in Seoul. Since I had an 8-hour layover both ways, I had some time to peruse the food offerings in the international terminal, Terminal 2, and while it certainly wasn't as varied a list of dining options on offer as Changi Airport in Singapore, there were still some decent choices. First off, however, was the airline food. You know you're going someplace a little different when the flight attendant rolls the card up and asks, "Would you prefer the chicken or the bibimbap?" Obviously, I'm choosing the bibimbap, and it came like this. Bowl of rice, so no crunchy bottom on this one, oh well. A bowl of some marinated beef, julienne carrot, bean sprouts, pickled cucumber, sliced daikon radish, and something green. Even after I ate it, I wasn't able to tell what it was. A separate bowl had more pickled cucumber, but spicy, since bibimbap often comes with some form of kimchi. A bowl with some chunks of fruit, and a chocolate chip muffin / cupcake for dessert. In the packet of utensils was a tiny squeezed tube of gochujang, the Korean fermented chili paste so essential to many Korean dishes. Was this the best bibimbap I've ever had? Not even close. But it was a lot more satisfying than the dried out chicken breast, the size, shape, and texture of a pack of playing cards that I've gotten on other airlines. That shall go unnamed. On the way over at Incheon International Airport, after wandering around, I wasn't sure about the food courts I found in the central part of the terminal. Beginning of the trip, I wasn't so confident I could make myself fit in with the crowd just yet, so I found myself at Sea and Deli, a snack shop specializing in fried stuff, so definitely my comfort zone. I selected the beef roll, the seaweed roll, and a bowl of tteokbokki, which is a spicy pasta dish, I guess we'll say. They're really thick, really chewy noodles, and like some tofu skin type of stuff, I guess. I've had it before, but never actually at a restaurant. It was always just something that I picked up at the Asian grocery and tried and really liked. Tteokbokki was exactly what I was expecting, and it's a kind of chewy texture that I actually really enjoy. Seaweed roll was okay, kind of plain. Essentially, it's kind of slightly vinegared rice, rolled up in some seaweed. It's like a really plain, like a sushi roll they forgot to put any fish into, and then breaded and deep fried. So there's points in its favor there. Pretty plain, but tasty nonetheless. And then the beef roll, slightly spicy beef, mostly just marinated, so salty umami flavor to the beef, and of course the beef itself is very umami. Rolled up in kind of basically more like a tortilla than like a rice, a rice noodle wrap, and then again deep, not deep fried, but I think this was fried on a griddle. So it did dry it out, gave it a little bit more of a crunch to it. Not bad. Not the greatest thing I could have had, but not bad. And, filling. So, no complaints. Hey everybody, I'm in transit. I'm here at Incheon International Airport in Seoul, Korea. Since I had a 6-hour layover here, perfect time to get some Korean food. Like a lot of airports these days, they've kind of turned part of the airport into a mall, so there are a lot more options than you used to get in a typical airport. You might be stuck with pardon me. As I was saying, in a typical airport, even a big international airport, your terminal might have a TGI Fridays, Ruby Tuesdays, maybe a McDonald's, and that's pretty much it. But these days, there's a lot more on offer, so let's take a look around. On my way home at the end of the week, I was a little more confident eating at Terminal 2 food court. Hey everybody, me again. I'm here back at Incheon Airport in Seoul, Korea. I am waiting for my connecting flight back home, and having myself a nice little meal here. Give you a look. This is a spicy seafood stew with soft tofu. Comes with a little container of rice, some kimchi, some, I think it was fermented soybean, and I don't know what that is. Vegetable. I'm going to start off with a beverage. This is actually corn silk tea. I'm intrigued. It is actually dehydrated corn kernels and actual corn silk, along with barley water, a couple other things. They say it's 0 calorie. I don't know, considering they're soaking actual dried corn, I would think that there were at least some carbs actually get into it, but whatever, we're gonna try it. Okay. There's a very, very, very subtle corn and barley flavor to it. It is water that grain has been soaked in. Okay, I'm going back in. So it does have that very, very subtle sweetness, but it's not sweet. Kind of toasty, actually. Interesting. I don't know if I really like it, but it's interesting. Let's get in on this stew. Let's try the broth first. They're not kidding around when they say spicy. Nice seafood. Yeehaw! They're not messing around. Very, very nice seafood flavor. Aside from the heat, reminds me in a lot of ways of like a cioppino. There's a sort of a tomatoey aspect to it. Wow. Some of this kimchi. A little bit of rice to maybe tamp everything down. Get in and... I think I'm going to actually have to use a spoon for the tofu. This is really silken tofu. Yeah, that just disappears when you put it in your mouth. Soft, creamy, really comforting. Chilies, some unidentified meat. Something vaguely porky. I think they may have actually used pork as sort of part of the base for the stock, in addition to seafood, a seafood stock. Get in here and see what else we got. There is back here identifiable octopus tentacle. Shrimp antenna. A little more rice. Okay. Let's get after the shrimp. And there are some of these rice noodles in here. Just a few. Okay, I'm going after the shrimp, shell and all. Because that's how they do it here. Still don't like it, shell and all. I have a hard time doing that. Let's go back for some tofu here. Wow, that just really disappears. Like a really soft custard. I'm just gonna see what's up with these fermented soybeans. Yep, that's a soybean. It's not that fermented. It's not like natto. Thank goodness. That's also not really what I'm going for today. Let's have a mussel. Right, in the shell. That's lovely. Good shellfish flavor, not muddy. This looks like it. It's pickled. It's like either a Chinese celery or like a radish stem. And it's a sweet pickle. That's really good. Jury's still out on the corn silk tea. I don't know if it's really lighting my fire. It is quenching my thirst. So there's that, but the flavor isn't really doing anything for me. Yeah. Here in Korea, it's an overcast, cloudy day. Overcast, cloudy day. Okay, it's an overcast day. And the temperature makes a nice hearty bowl of hot soup actually seem like an okay idea. I had to take kind of a deep breath before diving into any soup when I was in Singapore. This seems kind of nice. Pardon me. This seems kind of nice. And considering that I have another 4 hours to wait, followed by another 12-hour flight. I think it's 12 hours. I don't know. It's long. And I don't really sleep very well on planes. And I don't sleep at all if I can help it. In airports, just for security reasons. Just I can't really see lying down, so I can't really find any comfortable position. So, traveling around the world, especially with a long layover like this, means 24 to 36 hours awake. Especially on this one, since I got up at 7 in the morning yesterday. Tooled around Changi Airport, and my flight wasn't until 1 in the morning this morning. Then it was a 7-hour flight here to Incheon, 8-hour layover, and then however long a flight back home to Seattle, get through immigration, all that. Yeah, it's going to be like 36 hours of traveling. So I'm already feeling a little rummy, which is why, I actually stopped off at Starbucks. I'll probably have some shot of caffeine at some point, and loading up on some hearty food. in preparation for the last leg of my journey. So with that in mind, almost home. Just one more stretch. It's been quite a journey. Worth it, definitely. Some setbacks, but in general, definitely worth the trouble. And I'd like to thank you for joining me. And hopefully we'll have more adventures like this in the future. So until next time, I'm Mike Uyak, and I'll sign off here. Thanks.
To quote the late, great Robin Williams, "It's hot, damn hot, real hot, so hot, my shorts are like an oven, you can cook in them. It's called crackpot, call it crackpot fuck.
Hey everybody, I'm in transit here. I'm in Incheon Airport, International Airport, and as I was saying, god damn it. As I was saying, in your mother